Hey guys, it's Zuzu-Gi-Oh. Now I'm very, very excited to show you something else. This is different. This is new. I got it the other day, and I love testing it to death. Shaddolls. Now the structure that came out like I don't know Valentine's Day or whatever. There was Invoked Shaddoll, which came topping like really, really well. I think it was Vegas or whatever, but nonetheless, it's a really great deck. I'm gonna show you the pure build. It came from the structure deck of all three structure decks actually. I upgraded it a tad bit, put in some stuff, and yeah, well, not that much stuff, but you get it, shinies and stuff. You don't want to play Shadolls without shinies. All right, starting things off. 3 Squamata. This is your MVP of the Shaddoll main deck monsters. This Foolish Burial's another Shaddoll when it's sent to the grave by a card effect. So yeah, it brings out your Shaddolls. Oh, and one more thing about the Shaddolls, they're all flip monsters. They have an effect when they're flipped up, but they also have an effect when they're sent to the grave, or if they're sent to the grave. Yeah. But they have to be sent to the grave by a card effect. They have like their own special effects or whatever. Squamata's effect, he destroys a monster on field and flipped up, and then he Foolish Burial's a Shaddoll from your deck. Foolish Burial is sending to grave, for those who don't know. But who doesn't? Alright, next up is 2 Shaddoll Hedgehog. Now there would be a lot of 3Os because, well, simply off of all your YouTubers and stuff, that Squamata is your main center, so you don't need to max out on all the Shaddolls or whatever, because you'll already be sending them off of Squamata. So yeah. Shaddoll, when flipped up, adds a Shaddoll spell trap to hand, and when sent to grave, add a Shaddoll monster from deck to hand. Next Shaddoll main deck is Shaddoll Falco. When flipped up, you can target a Shaddoll near grave and special summon a face down defense. And when this card is sent to grave, it sets itself from the grave. So yeah, it's also a tuner, but I don't have any synchros I can play with that. I don't even know what you can use with that. Next up is our draw power, our Shaddoll Beast. Now, this is one of our only draw powers of the deck. When flipped up, you draw 2, discard 1, semi-graceful charity, and if this is sent to the grave, you draw 1 card. Alright, I'm playing 2 of these simply because of its effect, and I really hate to draw into it. It's Shaddoll Dragon. When flipped up, you destroy a card opponent. Actually, you return a card your opponent controls to hand, and if it's sent to the grave by card effect, pop a spell or trap on the field. Next up, one of our new Shaddolls, Shaddoll Wendy. Anyway, Shaddoll Wendy. This is actually a really, really good card. People have found out some combos with the new Shaddolls, except for Quad, which I'm only playing because it's a light. But, yeah, this one, when flipped up, special summon a Shaddoll from your deck in face down or face up defense position. And when sent to the grave by a card effect, you special summon a Shaddoll from your deck in face down. So yeah, special summons either way. 2 Aerial. I really don't want to draw into this, so I'm playing 2. You usually set this off of Wendy so you can go into combo with the construct you may or may not have. So yeah. Now for our one of Shaddoll, it's Quad Shaddoll. I'm only playing because it's a light of flipped up. His effect is a special summon a Shaddoll from hand or in face up or face down defense position, which is like, I don't know, semi-good, and if it's sent to the grave, you send Shaddoll from your hand to grave, and your monsters are boosted by its level times 100. It's an card, but still. Also, Aerial's effect, I forgot to mention. When flipped face up, you target a banished Shaddoll and summon it, which goes with the combo of Incarnation, the newest trap. And if sent to the grave, you target up to 3 cards in our player's grave, or both, or whatever, and banish them. So, yeah. And now, for our bosses from structure, it's Dark Armed and BLS. We got Dad back, and we got this guy back. So yeah, I'm Dark Armed. Well, you'll be having enough Darks engraved to summon it. 3 to be exact. And at Envoy, you get Darks engraved, which is also why I'm playing Quad Shaddoll. And next up, Mathematician. It's a Foolish Burial. When it's normal summon, you send a level 4 or lower monster from your deck to the grave, and when it's destroyed, you draw a card. And now, our one-ofs, we'll start with Armageddon Knight. because he's really good. He sent a dark monster from your deck to grave when summoned. Performance Trick Clown. He's a really, really, really great monster, especially in this deck. I really want to get Blast Juggler, because this guy is summoned from the grave, and you can like summon him off Blast Juggler. Yeah. Electromagnetic, because it's both light and it has that sweet negating effect in grave. Well, not negating, but it ends the battle phase, which is even better. I don't know why people play this, but I'm playing it too. Your only Shaddoll target, it's Cerberus. Oh yeah, and Mathematician is also an Earth. When you take battle damage while it's in the grave, you banish it to pop a card on the field. So yeah. That's all for our main monsters. Now it's time to move on for spells. Now there's a lot of monsters in the main deck, but the spells, I assure you, will make up for that. 3 Shaddoll Fusion. I'm really glad they reprinted this thing, because, like, look at its effect. Look at its effect. It's a fusion for Shaddolls, but while your opponent controls a special monster, you use monsters from your deck as well. Which is essentially how you get a lot of your combos off. And next up, 3 L Shaddoll Fusion. Now, this is a quick play polymerization for the Shaddolls. And it's really good. You can use it on your opponent's turn for Winda. Our final draw power, Allure Darkness, because you have a lot of darks in your deck, and you wouldn't mind getting rid of one because you already have another in your deck. There's a lot. That's why there are 2 ofs. Now, one of these spells, we got a 1 Foolish Burial, just because. Living Fossil, because it's Monster Born, essentially. And Shaddoll Fusion, because you want to get the attributes out for the better fusions, the negators. So yeah. Next up, the trap lineup. 1 Shaddoll Core, and well, because he can become an attribute, you can use you can fusion something with him during your opponent's turn with Shaddoll Fusion, whatever. And 3 Incarnation. I really hate to draw it. It always comes in trance somehow. No one knows how, but it does. So, Shaddoll Core summons as a monster, and Incarnation has got this really great combo with Construct and Wendy. If you can get into the grave by Construct, and you have Wendy summon Ariel from your deck, and you banish the Incarnation with the Construct, and then, yeah, you can flip up the Ariel you just set face down, and bring back the Construct again, because this has to banish Shaddoll monster. For God knows what reason. Alright, extra deck. Now, I really like this. I really love this artwork. 3 Shaddoll Construct. Well, obviously, I mean, it's got that sending effect, which is awesome. Yeah, I put it in the main deck. Oh well, 3 Shaddoll Al Capone, because, hey, you get the blades, Al Capone. But yeah, Al Capone, Cologne, whatever, it's got a negation effect, uses 2 Shaddolls. Oh yeah, if it's sent to grave, you get to add a Shaddoll card from your deck or grave to your hand and discard card, which is cool. Of course, you can't trigger any of the Shaddoll cards off of discarding because those would be as cost, but I don't know about Apkalon. Really don't know about that. Alright, 1 Shaganaga, 1 Grista, because they have some really great negation effects, and, well, Grista, yeah. You can get that off of one of the attribute changers like Shaddoll Core and Neff. 2 Shaddoll Wendy. I like this artwork too. It's really nice. Basically, its effect is while it's face up on the field, both players can only special summon once during the turn, during their turn. By the way, all the Shaddolls have an effect when sent to the grave. You get to target a Shaddoll spell trap and add to the hand. Alright, now these are the bad ones. It's Wendigo and Annoy Alice. Actually, this is pretty good, but yeah. Noyatilis prevents special summon from hand of graveyard by spell and trap effects, which is essential in some decks like Salad. So I'm angry if you didn't know. Now, God, I really want to upgrade these links, but I'll have to make do with what I have. First off, it's 1 Shaddoll Construct. I'm thinking of playing 2 just because. But for now, 1 link is enough because, well, it's got that. Well, it's basically a polymerization. But I don't know why people are saying this, but you can't use the second effect of Construct during the same turn use the other effect. Because that's a really cool effect where you can send a Shaddoll card from hand to grave to summon it back from the grave, which gives you 2 extra zones. I don't know why people keep saying that you can't, like this is useless or whatever. You get 2 extra zones by sending a Shaddoll, and Shaddolls trigger off of being sent to the grave by a card effect. Alright, next two links is gonna be bad. Alright. Lanfarincus for zones. And Gravity Controller because, well, it's a really great card in this deck. I'm not playing the Invoked, obviously, because pricey, I'm in college. But, yeah, Gravity Controller, you can use a Fusion, which is a non-link, in the extra zone, which could be like Construct or whatever, summon this, and it has a cool bounce effect if it battles a monster. I think it was, if it's in the extra zone. Can't be sure about the main. Yeah, I mixed them up. Oh well. Alright, yeah, thank you guys for watching. This has been Zuzu-Gi-Oh's Shaddoll deck 2020 of March. And yeah, I really hope you guys like these or whatever. I can always try something else, but yeah. Bye guys.